So that's my view outside of my window here at work. That's a large train switching station. So it's in the industrial area. And that probably has a total of maybe 8 tracks wide. So they just switch trains all day long. And the interesting at night, when I'm here by myself at night, they use robotic trains. And they have big signs on the outside of the train that says, don't worry if you don't see a person, they're actually being controlled remotely. Which is kind of interesting because they're so huge. In any event, there's not a whole lot of flowers out there, but at home and on my way to and from work, I see flowers everywhere. So I thought we'd use some of the colors that are indicative of flowers. And then Rajat has something that he would like to show. I think Kathleen might as well, and Giovanni and Letizia. So with that, I thought we'd look at the quinacridones. And I did bring 3 of the newest gouache, and maybe we'll just see if you can guess what those are. I will tell you that Letizia was able to name 2 out of 3, which is pretty overwhelmingly fantastic. So I'm going to start with the quinacridones. And it was interesting to be in South Africa, in Cape Town. Almost everybody knew about the quinacridones. So I say, does everybody, have you tried the quinacridones? Do you know of the quinacridones? All the hands went up. In Johannesburg, not so much. And I think that's just, it just takes time. In Cape Town, there's a lot of teachers. And so they're always trying new things and letting their students know of new things. But it's interesting because I'm always asked, what's the most popular color? And that is always now the answer is in what area, because there's different colors that are popular in Asia versus Europe versus South America. And, it's pretty much what's in front of your eyes tends to be very popular for you. So the quinacridones are kind of interesting. Quinacridone means 5 rings. So it's a 5-ring structure, quin 5. And they were discovered in 1896. So, you always think, well, they were made for the car industry and they're really new. Well, actually, 1896. The first one was 1935, which was a quinacridone magenta. In 1955 was the first time they were suitable for pigment. And then in 1958, DuPont took them on and brought them out as pigment. And we were the first ones to bring them out in watercolor. I think Winsor Newton might have been oils and Golden might have been acrylic. I'm not sure about that, but I think so. The interesting thing about them is they're organic. They're a staining color, but they're also a very transparent color. So they're suitable for lots of different types of artwork. And so what I thought we'd do is we would take a look at those today. Let's see, on the Facebook side, I see Carolyn. Always good to see her. And then Juliet. Okay, so we'll look at some of the, Ethel, can you show the quinacridone? This is available on the danielsmith.com website.
I'll do that now.
So if it's something that you don't know a lot about the quinacridones and you want to learn about them.
There we go.
And you can print it off. So it goes over quinacridones, the power of staining pigments. They're quite beautiful. And then if you keep on going, you can read more about them and then see some of the mixes that you can create with them. And I think Letizia has hers on the being shown right now as well. So there's always more information that you can find on the danielsmith.com website. And for a moment, we can also, thank you very much, Ethel. For a moment, we can look at Letizia's.
Okay. This one.
Yep. 2, 4.
These are quinacridone done by chroma order. So the first is quinacridone coral, then the quinacridone red, Quinacridone pink, Quinacridone rose, Quinacridone lilac, from light tone to matte tone. Then Quinacridone magenta, Quinacridone fuchsia, Quinacridone violet, Quinacridone purple. And then the other 5 quinacridone, there are yellowish, there are quinacridone gold, burnt orange, quinacridone deep gold, burnt orange, sienna, burnt scarlet, and gold.
It's my favorite.
So the total of quinacridones are 14. So 5, 10, 14.
Which one's your favorite?
¿Cuál es tu preferido?
Mine is quinacridone rose.
And why do you like quinacridone rose?
Because it's a medium tone of pink, not to the it's a kind of light magenta. So when I have to down rose in a light pink for face, I can use the rose as base because it's a medium rose. Pink it turns a little bit into fuchsia or into violet. So it's a kind of a point, a little point.
How about you, Giovanni? Which one's your favorite?
My favorite is two. Is one is a queen coral because it's a very central red for the primary setting, and the second is quinacridone gold because I use 2 colors for warmer and cool. The undertones is for the cool is neutral tint is my big color, and quinacridone gold for warmer. All the color is one of my favorites. Queen gold, especially when I apply the queen gold. I apply when I have the for the grisaille before the black background. When I have the main surface, main color is a warmer. I use the first glaze quinacridone gold.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. I
So
should.
that's Queen Rose. Hello, Buffy. Hello, Verdugo. So Queen Rose. And then I think this is Giovanni's favorite, which is the Queen Gold. Giovanni, do you use the my brain doesn't for a minute. I'll have to wait to I can remember that again.
I will, no problem.
Aussie red gold.
Sometimes, because I prefer mixing the color in the queen gold. Apply for more reds, Italian Venetian red. I created mixing.
Hi, what is the third color you applied, John?
This is Queen Violet. I should thank you for asking that. This is Queen Rose,
Yes.
Queen Gold,
Mm-hmm.
The queen violet looks actually very red on our computer screens.
It does, doesn't it?
It almost looks like Bordeaux. And the
Yes, I thought that the iPhone would do a better job, but even the iPhone has its limitations. There's really nothing to beat the human eye.
Mhm. And which one is this, the fourth?
This one is Quinn Pink,
Mm.
and the next one is Quinn Coral. I'll put it down right now.
Can we talk about the difference between Quinn Pink and Quinn Rose?
Certainly. So this is Quinn Pink, and this is Quinn Rose. Quinn Pink, Quinn Rose. But yep,
Queen pink has more of a blue-based tone in the pink, whereas Queen rose has a yellow-based tone in the pink.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful.
Anna Marie, are you in Africa?
Hi, John. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we made it to Africa.
Yeah.
I have no idea how you handle this jet lag all the time. That's amazing. You and Catherine.
You know, I would say I'm glad it was a safe travel for you. My jet lag is, for coming home this time, is as bad as it's ever been. I'm going to sleep at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And the bad thing is I find things to do at 3 o'clock in the morning, which doesn't allow me to go back. And it's just been really, but that's all right. It's only a couple months we're starting up again. So I'll get over it.
Well, the best thing is that I woke up at midnight, and midnight happens to be right now.
Ah,
So I'm so happy to see everybody. I see Rajat, I see Giovanni and Letty, Caroline, Kathleen, Mark, Anna, everybody.
good to see
Everybody. Hi, great to see everybody. I
Yeah.
miss.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
good to hear your voice.
I'm excited to
it's
see
really
Quinn Rose.
Hello.
I just did a really beautiful portrait. Let's get into some light here. Really beautiful portrait of the lady. Let's see. The lady here. Oh, wait. Look at that.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, this is the lady at our hotel. Has such a peaceful and joyful face.
Mhm.
Is that cerulean blue?
Beautiful, Anna Marie.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Yeah, looks nice.
So soda light, ultramarine, goethite. And I'll remember the more of the colors in the morning. But her name is Eunice, and she's beautiful and joyful and peaceful.
Oh, very nice.
And I made her paint with me. She was very shy, but she did it. I'm sorry I missed the intro. I saw that the first 3 colors we're working on are Quins.
Yeah, we're gonna do all the Quins today. So all 14. So right now you're at the same time as Europe, right?
Yes. You guys are troopers for doing this at this late at night every day, every
No,
time.
I would so second that. not only to do it, but to do it enthusiastically. So
But
this last one, this is the Queen Lilac. So put those to the side.
Is it lilac, John?
Lilac. Yeah, so here's there's the first one. So the rose, the gold, this is the violet, the pink, the coral, and that's the lilac.
Does anybody have experience using these to mix skin tones? I use some of them, the coral and I think the pink.
I've seen beautiful skin tone with them, but I've not done it myself, but I've seen beautiful skin tone with them.
I think the blog that we shared a while ago has some suggested mix for skin tones. We also pasted the link in our chat for easier reference. Hi, Anna.
Thanks, good to hear you.
Okay. Bye, Buffy. Okay.
Right.
So now we'll do quinacridone magenta, purple, sienna, burnt orange. I would like burnt orange and deep gold.
Giovanni is doing a watch between Quinacridones coral and Naples yellow, so to reach a skin tone.
Hey, Rajan, while I'm putting these out and we're seeing, we're seeing Giovanni, can we see your two pieces? One, Giovanni, so I'm sorry. So Rajan has done a gouache on canvas, and he's also done some ground on a plastic pot.
Yes, so this is a series of colors which you could see over here. These are gouache colors, entire range. I have experimented. So without putting any ground on the canvas. So my only thing is, unless until we do the experiment. So if you see that now this is so close, and I've got really brilliant response. Okay, so this is one thing. Another thing which I was doing, it's not yet completed. So it is with the Queen series only, although I was making, a flower tree or something like that, in the process of making, not yet completed. And the third thing which I did is obviously it's a it's a pot. Okay, this is a simple pot. So this is the cover. Once you open the cover, so now the thing is, you can see there are 5 seasons inside with the help of gouache colors. So this is just an experiment which I did. I hope you like it.
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So this is going to be magenta.
And the series and the colors are so vibrant, like, it gives joy to do that. Whichever the experiment you do, whichever the surface experiment one should do. joy.
Yeah, I agree. The first one was magenta, and that is purple. The next one is sienna. Next one will be sienna. Rajat, can you show did you show your bowl?
Sure.
I think yours are real.
Excuse me. So this is the cover of the bowl. Okay. And once you open that, I'm rotating so that you can make out
Seasons.
this.
Rashad, what did you paint that with?
These are gouache colors, in fact.
Gouache. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
This is a small gift I'm going to give to John and Catherine.
That
So
is
this is-
super.
Beautiful.
And you can put it like this thing, you can keep something inside.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
On the phone, on the iPhone, even with having you highlighted, it's hard to see the detail. I'm hoping and eager that you could take some photographs in detail so that we can see the beauty and the nuance and the subtlety of each of the paintings of the seasons.
Surely I'll do that. I'll take a daylight photography and yeah, certainly. I mean, because whichever I have shown you in little close wise, but I don't know whether it's difficult. I mean, like.
Rajat, this is Stephanie. So would you seal that paint? Would you seal the inside of that bowl with something?
Could you please come again?
Would you seal the inside of that bowl, like put something over top of it to seal the color so they don't run and get wet? I mean, what do you do
No,
with
no,
it?
no, 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 no. I do all these experiments. See, if you see that, these are box board, you know, you can see the texture of
okay.
this. Okay, so I didn't put any lacquer or something. I directly, because I did transparent watercolor on a glass also. So I do a lot of experiment in that case. So
Okay.
I wanted to check, I mean, how it is reacting with this surface. And I found
Okay.
it's absolutely brilliant.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Rajat, did you use watercolor ground as a basis?
No, no,
Nothing.
no, nothing.
Wow.
Similarly, on the canvas also, I did, there is no ground. So I've taken the canvas and start putting the colors on top of that.
Directly. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Super.
Carolyn, what was yours? I saw it there for a second.
Yes, I have a artwork because I love to use the quins. That is a landscape, and you can see all the quins all through the whole landscape, which makes the landscape come alive. And I don't know, I think they're just the most amazing colors, and they're so vibrant, and they stay so vibrant. You know, when you're looking at a beautiful piece of art, there's no flatness to them. They just jump off the page at you. So I really love to use the all the quins. It's very cool.
Yeah, very nice.
It's got a little plastic coating, so you're getting a bit of a reflection off the cellophane bag that the particular artwork's in.
Very nice.
John, we also have images, artwork of images by Angela. I got them ready on PowerPoint. Can I
Okay.
proceed to share images?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. There.
Well, this is on Yupo. It's like,
Wow,
yeah.
brilliant, brilliant.
this is on
Angela,
Yupo. Yes. Hello.
That's amazing. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, Yupo is, you know that it slides a lot color, and I use some you know, the toothbrush for the little splatters.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's 2 flowers looking up, and I think that is probably Quinacridone coral, the pink one, and then mixed with
It is.
greens and Quinacridone gold for sure.
Lovely job.
Yeah, very nice.
And that is what's it called, the flower? I cannot remember the flower. Well, anyway, one that I had at home. Sorry.
Is it like one of those orchids?
Orchidea, orchid, an orchid.
Okay.
And here I use a mixture of Quinacridone red, carmine, violet, and my favorite green, which is the, what's it called? Can't remember the name of the green, but it's a Primatech. I love that. And some turquoise blue. It's done wet in wet. This is a very abstract rose.
Oh, I love it.
Excuse me?
I love it. It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Yes, that's a Quinacridone red and ultramarine and green, normal green or something.
With the center, it makes me think of a poppy. The intensity of the color.
It's a rose, but it could be interpreted as a poppy because you know, it's abstract. So yeah, because it's black, right? Yeah, you're right. Oh, this is just the flowers are made with using water. So it's like cotton flowers with black and Quinacridone gold. And at the bottom, I'm not sure, but probably it's either phthalo. I think it's phthalo turquoise. There is another one.
That's the last image that I put on the slide. Angela.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing that. So these are the magenta, the purple, the burnt sienna, burnt orange, and deep gold. And there's the deep gold versus the quin gold. Deep gold, quin gold. So big difference between the two. Deep gold, regular gold.
Giovanni, can you make a mix for me? This week with my students, we were using Cascade Green with Quin Gold, and it made the most beautiful greens for Australian gum trees.
Absolutely, yes.
Here we go.
The vibrancy of that Queen Gold is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need probably a little bit more Cascade Green in that one. The Queen Gold wants to steal the show.
Roberto, the sequence. And now apply. This is on wet on wet. And this is a dry.
I probably used a little less Queen Gold when we were making our mix because we're chasing a olive green, but we love the blue that comes through the cascade to actually enhance that little bit of blue that's in a gum leaf in Australian gum trees. You'll see the true dynamics of that when it's dry.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This is on wet and the first glaze is a cascade Queen Gold, and this is inverted the sequence, and this is a wet on dry.
Giovanni,
Yeah.
after, are you willing to put that at a gentle angle so that it separates? But then after it dries, may we see it again so that we can see the effect?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe some minutes. You have to wait some minutes.
Okay,
Of course, thank you.
you're welcome.
Maybe 5-10 minutes.
I think with my dot card palette, the Queen Gold and the Queen Coral are the most used colors for mixing that all of my students love, to warm things up, to create beautiful oranges, interesting reds, brighten yellows, all sorts of, really cool things. But the Quins just give that extra vibrancy to the color you're chasing.
You have colors in front of you right now, Carolyn? Where you're at? I'm she hearing me? Oh, she's her speaker off.
You're on mute, Caroline.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. No, I'm sorry, I don't have colors. I've got my my palette in front of me with all Caroline's colors.
Can you repeat the mix and maybe Giovanni can mix them? The mix that you like, your preferential mix?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Definitely. I really like to mix Queen Coral with Queen Gold. I find it creates a beautiful, it's not the same as sienna, but it's similar to a sienna. And I also like to use Queen Gold with neutral tint, which creates another beautiful olive. I use Queen Gold with Indan Throne and Queen Gold with, let me think, with Cobalt Teal Blue. And they all create such gorgeous other interesting greens just because of the Queen Gold and its vibrancy, and adding it to some of my regular colors that are my favorites. When I created my dot card, I found that I could make so many amazing greens that I did put very little green on my dot card, because I knew I could create so many amazing greens by having the right combination on my palette.
So I'm gonna ask Giovanni if you heard. Hey, Giovanni, can you turn you're muted?
Okay. Yes.
Can you do some of the mixes that Carolyn just said,
Yeah, absolutely.
please?
So I had Indan Throne with Queen Gold and Cobalt Teal Blue with Queen Gold, both beautiful colors, and also neutral tint with Queen Gold. They're three very regular combinations that I use with Queen Gold.
Okay. Okay, the first Caroline, would you like? With the Indan Throne?
Yeah, Indan Throne and Queen Gold.
Okay. Okay.
What a fantastic blue that is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My problem is I like all the colors. It's very difficult to make one a favorite. Beautiful olive it creates.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shade
Yeah, really nice.
of green.
Yeah, yeah, it's lovely. And because of making your own green with a Queen Gold, it just has a vibrancy to it that you just don't achieve with just a flat green. That's why I like to mix them. Really, really interesting.
I'm curious if you add a quinacridone magenta or lilac to that, if that would make beautiful colored grays.
It will actually make more of a brown if you add the blue, the yellow, and the red together. You'll get a brown tone depending on the quantity of mix on each particular color you put together. But you can make some beautiful browns too, of course. This one's a real surprise because it turns into a vibrant lime green. Yeah, it's quite fantastic. So when you're looking for a bright and light green, if you don't have one, you can create one with your Queen and your Cobalt Teal Blue. Super nice. That's lovely. Obviously, once they're dry, you have something even more to look at, but you get all these beautiful, vibrant, sparkle little components come through from the quins.
Okay, another.
And then, yeah, and neutral tint with quin gold.
Okay, neutral tint with
Huh?
neutral tint. Okay. Neutral tint is this is my two preferred color for coolest and warmer the color. Neutral tint before.
I don't think a palette is complete without neutral tint. You have to have it.
Queen gold. And I changed the sequence. Queen gold.
And to make a fantastic brown, quin gold with carbazole violet. So I call that my Sicilian olive color.
Carbazole violet.
It just makes them has fantastic rich brown. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, great combination, that one. Yeah. So how amazing is quin gold? All the things you can do with quin gold, just beautiful. Another combination that I really adore is carbazole violet with quin rose.
Yeah, sort of. Okay, queen rose. The carbazole violet. In this case, apply wet.
Oh,
And I'll give you another really interesting one is quin coral with lunar black.
Queen rose. And carbazole violet.
So fantastic, those in-between magentas that come through by the two mixed together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, because of the quins, you get those little fire sparkles within it. So it's not just a flat color, you get interesting little pops of the quins that come through the mix, which makes it a really interesting layer in your painting.
Okay,
So
another with lunar black.
Quin coral with lunar black.
Okay.
And I have lunar black on my palette because you can't have something so amazingly granulating without, you know, using it. You got to work out lots of ways to use it. And it's all about the granulating, what is why you use a lunar black.
yeah.
Probably a bit more black in that one. Yeah, so you have this beautiful red black that comes through, but as it dries, you'll see the particles of both.
Yeah.
And the vibrancy of the quin with the granulating of the black. It's so interesting.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really cool. So once they're dry, you can actually then do a really light glaze of other colors over them. And you've got this really, really interesting texture because of the granulating lunar black.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can turn it into all sorts of surfaces.
And now I show the last mixing, and now it's drying. It's Queen Gold plus Cascade Green. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, they're great greens.
Yeah, yeah.
Australian trees have more of a yellow base, or they have like a denim blue color. They don't have the rich deep greens that the European and the American trees have. It's quite different, the coloring here.
Absolutely. Thank you for your mixing, Caroline.
Thanks for doing it for me.
You're welcome. Very well.
Okay. All right, so back to these. So to finish up on the Quins, this is Quin Burnt Scarlet. This is Quin Red. And these are the environmental friendlies. This is the red iron oxide. This is the brown. This is the yellow. So can we see, I've been asked about those quite a bit, and then we'll look at Giovanni's. Ethel, can you bring up the story so if people wanted to read the story?
The EF oxides. Okay, I'll do a share screen. There we go. Here.
So if you want to read the story of the environment friendly oxides, it's on the Daniel Smith site, and they're keep on going. Let's see. It tells you that they're from coal mining and mining, where they go in and they get the sludge and they turn it into a product. Hoover Color does that because a whole story about Hoover Color and how they do it. And they create this environmental friendly iron oxide that then can be purchased to make into paint. They're really, really, they're very pretty, and they have a really neat story behind them. Thank you, Ethel.
Okay.
And then Giovanni, can you do one more? Can you do Aussie red gold with indanthrone? Please. And so these right here, a little bit hard to see because these are iridescent. This is the iridescent copper. Kind of see it on the side. Iridescent copper. This is antique bronze. And this last one is iridescent antique copper. And here in front of me, they're really lively because they're iridescents. Would certainly look different over something that was dark. Okay. And then we'll see what Giovanni comes up with. These are the three newest gouache. Again, we're going to bring out 44 to get to 44. We're probably testing 57. So I was going to ask you, okay, so this is a gouache. Which color do you think this is? This is the mass tone. This is the 1:1, and this is the 1:1:1. So what color do you think that is?
No coaching from Letty.
Antique gold.
Okay. That's a good guess.
Ochre?
It's not an ochre. You can see it has quite a bit of mica in it.
Oh, you're right.
An iridescent,
It is an iridescent.
like old gold or something like that.
Yeah, we can kind of match up with Carolyn and say it's iridescent Aztec gold.
Ah, okay.
That's it.
Yeah, here in front of
Okay,
me,
no,
it's just absolutely gorgeous. Hard to see.
Pretty.
It takes a lot of that out, it takes a lot of that L factor out, but here it's absolutely beautiful.
it's so hard to show mica paints in a picture, isn't it?
It
Got to
is.
see them in real life.
For that brief second, it looks like what I'm looking at, then all of a sudden the camera takes it out. It says, oh, that's not really what you want. And it's like, well, yes, it is. Okay, here's another one. I didn't get this one. Letty got this one right off. So this is another iridescent. I'll give you
Is
that one.
that the silver or not silver?
This was difficult to guess.
Uh,
Challenging.
Payne's gray, no Payne's gray.
No help
Mm.
from me.
Got a duotone in it. Looks like it's got a powder blue as well as the silver.
Yeah.
Oh,
Moonstone.
moonstone.
So
Wow.
It's quite cool here. And this is the last one. So mass tone, 1:1.
Is that Adobe?
is it?
Is it Adobe?
It's not Adobe. I can see why you would think that, because what you're seeing is a little bit different than what I'm seeing.
mm,
I mean, for a brief second, you can see what I'm seeing, then the camera takes it away. It's iridescent sunstone. Oh, Sandy was very close. She said sunshine. Yeah, I'd give you that one.
oh,
And then Sandy said moonstone. Okay, I'll give you that one too. Boy, she's a heavy hitter. Good job, Sandy. Good job, you guys. You guys are just really good at that game. And there they are. There's the three newest ones. So there's mass tone.
How many were you releasing?
squash.
22 to
That's squash. Yes. Did you ask something, Angela?
I
No,
did. How many?
I got it
How
wrong.
many?
How many?
How many will you release in November with the new series?
There'll be 44 new ones.
Wow,
44. Wow.
that's a lot.
For a total of 66 colors.
Amazing.
That really expands the gouache palette then, doesn't it? That's fantastic.
It does, it was for retailers, it's very difficult for them to have a big piece of real estate that doesn't have enough tubes on it. 66 is enough tubes. So may bring these out, may not bring these out. We have 54 we have to go through to kind of cull them down to 44. But I show you guys all the ones we're looking at. Okay, and so I give those back to Ron. And so with that, it's my desktop. Giovanni, can you show us the mix? You do beautiful mixes.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really vibrant. Aussie red gold's a fabulous color, isn't it?
It is a beautiful color. And when I usually talk about quinacridones, people will throw the Aussie red gold into the mix. That's really nice.
Yes, because it has that vibrancy.
It does. It does. It's very pretty.
Fabulous.
Yeah. My God, that is just really, really granulating. Wow. Carolyn, you use the neutral tint. What I've been told when I ask about neutral tint, they use that to bring down the brightness of the color. How do you use it?
I do it to create a deeper tone of a color. If you're just mixing to like a red or a blue or whatever, and you're just trying to deepen it. But often I use it because I know it has a blue base. I use it with the yellows, and I know I can get some fantastic greens with it. Neutral tint in general, I find that if I make a mix of color and it's too bright, I put a tiny bit of neutral tint in just to tonally turn the value down a little bit. But I think because I use it so often, I always say I can't have a palette without neutral tint, because I do often reach for it for my mixes. And even if we're doing a dark place in a painting, I won't go and necessarily pull out a black. I will actually look at neutral tint and layer it up with like mix it with a few of the dark colors to make my own black. So again, neutral tint's just my friend in so many ways. It was Alvaro Castanet that introduced me to neutral tint, and I've never looked back from that.
Very nice, thank you. And Giovanni, what do you make?
What's really nice,
Go ahead,
I was going to
please.
say neutral tint with Perlane Scarlet is the most gorgeous color too.
With Perlane Scarlet.
Yeah, neutral tint and Perlane Scarlet. It's just, yeah, you get this really rich, deep burgundy. It's just it's gorgeous. So my idea with my palette was to actually create a great mixing palette. So the colors on their own are gorgeous, but they also are fabulous to actually make lots of new colors with. So we always talk about the work that a brand ambassador has done to create their dot cards. Yeah. And we've all done it in our own way. And my way was to actually look at my students ask me all the time, what colors do I buy? What colors do I buy? And so when I had the opportunity to put a dot card together, I thought about their opportunity to own a set of colors that they could make lots and lots of things from, as opposed to colors that I preferred to paint with. I thought it was more important to share a dot card palette, which was a great suggestion to knowing that you could have a really, really good range of colors in one palette together.
You know, Carolyn, it's interesting that you bring that up, because I used to ask what are the 3 colors, etc. I know that's super unfair. But the dot cards are always interesting, because I think many people would look say, well, those are put together very quick. I will tell you the majority, almost all of the artists that put their dot cards together, it takes months, because the testing they do. They say, well, I really love that one, but that's not, I want to show my, my students this, or the other artists that, and it just goes back and forth for the long time. And then
it was so challenging when you say, well, choose your favorite, but they're all my favorite. I love all the colors. It's like choosing your favorite child. You just can't.
I have a quick question about some powders that I have of Daniel Smith's. They're gold, a pale gold, and I have had them for at least 20 years. Are these safe to use, or how do I use them? Any ideas?
If it's just, so it's not, it's pigment. It's just pigment?
It just says metallic watercolor pale gold and metallic watercolor Egyptian gold.
Can you send that question to customer service?
Okay.
Yeah. And that would get more of a detailed answer back to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Because at one time we sold pigment to printmaking, but I think that the one you're talking about is actually watercolor. So we'll get back to you. Absolutely. Those are beautiful, Giovanni. They almost look like nebulas.
Yes. What colors are they? Did you use, Giovanni?
Is a neutral
Aussie red gold. Okay.
Red gold and neutral
Beautiful.
in brown scarlet.
Beautiful. Neutral tint. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Carolyn, which one did you say that? You said
really nice.
Quinacridones and Perlane. Which one?
I suggested neutral tint with Perlane Scarlet and neutral tint make a beautiful deep red. Perlane Scarlet and neutral tint makes a beautiful deep red. And because the neutral tint is slightly on the blue, true burgundy, because of the blue in the neutral tint.
God, those are pretty. I love that one, Giovanni.
Oh, yeah.
That's really-
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very
Oh, awesome.
beautiful movement. Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining today. Giovanni, thank you for doing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Mark, Bell, Erkin, thank you all for joining today. It's good to see all of you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Erkin did his
Thank
cue,
you, John.
and Anna did hers.
yes.
Oh,
And I
awesome.
love Caroline's mixes. They are awesome.
They are
And
awesome.
I don't have coral, but I did the Queen Sienna with the lunar black, and it comes lovely also. So I'll try the rest with,
Thank you, John.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Very welcome.
Thank you.
Can we see Erkin's really
Thank
quick?
you.
I know his hand is there for a second.
Oh, me? Oh,
Erkin as well. I think he was just there. He might be gone. now.
Okay,
Hello.
oh.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Hello,
Anna.
John.
Oh, there he is. Okay, see yours too? Oh, yeah.
These
Very
are,
nice.
let me,
It's hard to switch the camera sometimes. There we go. Oh, yeah.
these are my, but I must say that I don't have Daniel Smith paints. I used my reds. In order to join the study, I made this.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Very nice. Well, thank you, everybody, for painting along. Erkin, thank you. Anna, thank you. It's good to see all of
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, John.
Tomorrow, Michael will be on. Michael's
Thank you.
phenomenal.
Thank you.
John.
Thank you,
night.
John. See you.
Bye.